Hi, group number ones. Welcome to this week's reading. I'm Pan42 Tarot, but you can call me Pan. So, this week we are doing a spread all based around the Lovers card. So, these are the Lovers cards that pulled you guys in. They are beautiful cards that range in our spectrum of sexuality, which is very nice. So, this reading is incredibly large. It actually has 10 cards in it. So, I'm actually going to mix the Lovers back in, and I'm going to shuffle off camera because it's going to be a very big spread. So I want to make sure it all fits on the table, and then we will, I will be right back with your spread all laid out. So hold please. All right. Hi, group number ones. This is the spread we're working with today. This spread came from Labyrinthos. I will have a link down in the description for you where you can find it. It is a great free resource for those of you who are looking to learn tarot. So let's get started. This spread is called the Lover Spread, a tarot spread for all forms of love. So this spread is going to explore some of the work we need to do, but we're also going to talk about all the different kinds of love, because there's lots of different kinds of love and affection, and the Greeks in particular had a word for like almost every kind of love. So this spread explores all of those. So let's get right into it, shall we? So, card number 1, this is any underlying issues that you have personally with love. What stands in the way of love? What blocks you from giving or receiving love openly? So, the card we have for you guys is the Chariot card. This is card number 7, the Chariot card. It's actually the next card in the major arcana from the Lovers card. So what I'm seeing with this card is that maybe you are somebody who is too on the move for love. You're hopping from one thing to the next thing. You're moving forward fast. You're moving so fast that maybe nobody can keep up with you. There's this block of like, I don't want anybody to hold me back. So we just don't try to make connections because we're afraid we're going to lose those connections almost immediately with how quickly we like move through our life. So yeah, that would be definitely a thing that stands in the way of love. This fear that like, or like a belief that like, what's the point in like forming solid connections when I have to move, I have to keep going, I have to push myself to continually be on the move. So yeah, there is this fear of investing in something that won't last. Big block. So next card is number 2. This is work. What inner work still has to be done in order for me to open myself up to love more fully? What has to be done in order to maintain love? And the card we have for you, my group number ones, is the Death card. Ooh, this is card 13 of the major arcanas. Wow, the Death card, okay. So the Death card talks about major change. It talks about leaving behind old ways and starting new ways. In this particular card, because we have the link to Hispanic cultures and the Day of the Dead, there's this idea of like honoring the past, but understanding that it is in the past and that we have to move forward. We have to change with the times, and we have to bring ourselves forward into the future. I have this feeling from the combination of these two cards that to really be able to maintain love and find connections that are deep and meaningful to you, there's going to be a need for a major overhaul. Whether that's about our beliefs on love or what love should look like, changing how we perceive love to be. Like, society tells us to have this one ideal of love, right? But love can be whatever we make it, and really the idea of one particular kind of love being on the love escalator, as it were, like that is a mechanism used by the patriarchy and colonization and all kinds of stuff to keep keep us distracted while the rich take over the world, right? So your idea of relationships might need to undergo an entire change, an entire death and rebirth of, this is what my family and culture expected of me, but this is not how I believe love needs to be. So we are throwing out old ideas and bringing in new ones. New dawn, new day, let's go. So the next card we have for you guys, this is the third card, and it is about, let's see if I can say all these Greek names, you guys. So this card talks about philautia, which is self-love. Self-love talks about, how do you perceive yourself? This creates the foundation for all the other cards. What is your relationship to yourself? So this is about self-love. And the card we have for you guys, oh, we have the Lovers card. That's adorable. And we have particularly the non-specific LGBTQ lover card. So I believe that you do actually have a lot of love for yourself. There's this feeling of intimacy, because the Lovers card really does talk about intimacy rather than partnership. I think there is this thing that you do love yourself. You have a good relationship with yourself. Maybe because you have been like kind of going all the time and you can only rely on yourself and that kind of stuff, that you do have a good relationship with yourself. But I feel like there's also this relationship of like, I am breaking the mold. Like, you feel very different, very out of the box, very going against the grain, and like, you love that about yourself, and that shouldn't change with you finding new kinds of love. Like, you're allowed to be different, and accepting that you're allowed to be different is going to be like the next step in self-love for you, is like finding the way that you can be loved by others that works for you. Does that make sense? I hope so. So the next card that we have for you is philia love, which is affectionate love. How do you relate platonically? What is the state of your friendships? So this is like friend, best friend type love. So card we have for you, my group number ones, focus. All right, for you, my group number ones, we have the Seven of Cups. I like this for you guys. It screams to me of like endless potential. It also screams to me that like you have a friend for like each type of thing you like to do. And it seems like you're somebody who likes to do a lot. And that's not bad. Like, having a friend to do this thing with you or do that thing with you or whatever, like that solidifies a friendship and kind of makes it so that they have a role and you have a role for them. And it's less about what they can do for you and more about how you relate to them. I tend to do this because it helps me kind kind of it helps me prioritize time for these individuals in ways that's manageable for me. So I think that, though, the danger with this is that you might be keeping everybody in their own little box that you see them in and not giving them room to be full human beings and fully invest in these friendships. So you're kind of keeping them all in their individual places, but you're not allowing the friendships to grow naturally or expand in ways that you didn't see them expanding. You're like, no, we just do this thing. So that might be like a message for you to like take into consideration of like, hey, we know we do this one thing with this one person, but like, have we like pigeonholed that person? Are we cutting off the friendships at the edges to make them into a neater box, instead of just experiencing the friendship? I hope that makes sense. So the next card we have for you is Storge. This is familiar love or family love. How do you relate to family? What are the common dynamics within your blood or chosen family? And the card we have for you, my group number ones, is you have the Two of Pentacles. Interesting. So this dynamic of keeping everybody in their box with your friendship love, this might have been taught to you through your family dynamics, because the Two of Pentacles really screams out to me that like I received love based on what I did for other people, and it's less about being loved for the sake of my humanity and my soul and my intrinsic value, and more about what I can do for you. It's a very transactional type love. So this might have been how your family interacted. This might have been how the relationships, how you saw the relationships in your family and the families around you. It was a very transactional type love instead of a intimate type love. So I also see in this card like that your familial relationships, there's a very delicate balance with them. Like you might be keeping them at an arm's length because you're a little bit worried about if I show all sides of my personality, will I still be accepted and loved in this family? Which is another like symptom of having been transactionally loved. There's that feeling of I won't be loved if I'm this way, right? So, the next card is the Eros love. This is romantic love. How do you relate to a romantic partner? If you have a partner, how would you describe your relationship? And if you're single, how do you relate to the idea of a partner? So, oh, and I want to like make it very clear that like if you're not interested in romantic love, like that's totally valid as well. So, the card we have for you guys is the Judgment card. I'm not going to cover this one up because it just has butts. It mostly just has butts. So, yeah, this is the Judgment card, which is card 20 in the major arcanas. So the Judgment card really talks about things coming to fruition. It also talks about things... Sorry, I do have to cover up this one buoy. There we go. All right. It also talks about judgment, like in general, the idea of being judged or having your deeds judged. So I feel like there's this idea that if you're single, if I bring in a partner, they're just gonna judge me and my choices and my decisions and like how I live my life and how I keep my house organized and like all that stuff. And yes, that might be true, but the judgment card also talks about how the judgment is freeing. It frees those who have been trapped in death for so long. It brings about liberation for those who are trapped. So I think there's this message of like, hey, there might be some judgment. That's just kind of how it is to be in relationship with other people. But the whole idea of sharing your own intimacy with somebody is to find somebody who is revels in your differences, who those differences, even if like I wouldn't do it that way, I can still appreciate you as a person, and like it's fine that we're different, you know? It's this idea of like partnership should be a freeing experience and not such hard work, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say about that card. So yeah, if you're in a relationship, maybe you do feel judged in that relationship. Maybe you feel liberated by this person. Like everybody else judges me, but this person just accepts me for who I am, and that's awesome. And I'm very happy for you if you have that. So let's move on to the next card. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm sort of rushing, but at the same time, there's so many cards. So let's keep going. Eros. This is the next card. Oh no, wait, we did Eros. That was this one. Sorry. So we're moving on to, this one over here. Sorry. Pragma, which is enduring love. How do you feel about commitment? Ooh, okay. You guys got the Ace of Pentacles. So I think this idea of commitment is maybe one you haven't tackled yet or before. Maybe it's a whole new idea for you. Maybe you're just entering a relationship that actually feels real and like actually makes you feel like you might want to commit, but it's a whole new idea. It's a whole new experience that you're just on brand new ground. You're not really sure how to approach it. We're not really sure how does love last? Like that kind of stuff. Maybe we didn't have that great of examples in our family life. But that is exciting. Because this idea is sort of new and uncharted territory for you, the fun message is that you get to make it whatever you want. There's no written rules that work for everybody. So really the only one that does work for everybody is communication. Like if you and your partner are communicating, then this whole new world, this whole new ground will become treadable. Even if some conversations are hard, having the conversation is what makes our love endure. Overcoming the conflict of my side looks different from your side helps us create better bonds with our partners. So I would like to say that, like, if you're afraid of commitment because it's a whole new thing, don't be. It's a whole new thing. It's a whole new path you haven't explored. And if you're somebody who's going and you want to try all the things, well, commitment is one of the things that maybe you should give a try. But I'm not like prescribing this to everybody. Some people it's not meant for, and that's also just fine. But it's a whole new way of relating to somebody. And I think your guides are like, hey, don't be scared of this. This is a new opportunity to create intimacy with someone on a different level than we've ever experienced before. So don't be afraid. The next card we have is Ludus. This is playful love. How do you feel about dating? How do you flirt? How do you let out your inner child or puppy love? So this kind of love, it can be romantic, but it doesn't have to be. This could be very childlike. I love my friends. I love my mom. I love. So this is very playful, bashful, chasing around people on the playground type love. So the card we have for you guys is the Queen of Wands. Oh, I see. So this might be the kind of love that you are used to, my pile ones. You understand this love. This is the kind of love that you relate to very hard. If you're a go-go-goer and you keep doing new things and keep jumping from relationship to relationship, yeah, you're very familiar with the playful love, the flirty love, the new love, the NRE, the new relationship energy. This is like your playhouse. You're used to this. Commitment is the one that you're not used to. So this is your magical playhouse. You are a master of this. You are a master of your passions in this area. You're somebody who can get a date on a dime because, damn, you're flirtatious as fuck. This is where you wield your magic. You are magical in this area. As we've seen as a theme throughout your reading, is that you are good at the quick, at the fun, at the in the box, kind of like bam, bam, bam. But we're less good at the long haul. We're less good at the deeper meanings, the deeper commitment, the delving into the hard stuff. That's where I think group number 1, your guides would really like to see growth. So the last 2 cards we have here. The first one is Mania. This is obsessive love. When does your love go overboard? When have you caused harm with your love? Let's look at this one, shall we? The card we have for you guys is the 3 of Pentacles. Ooh. Okay. You know what this is giving me? This is giving me like showmance love. This is giving me when you work really close together with somebody and you become infatuated with how they work and how they relate to those they are working with and that type of energy, and you're just infatuated with them. So you fall hard and fast, but not deeply and not like committedly. It's more like a just showmance. Because we're working so hard in tandem with each other, it's easy to just kind of give over to that new relationship energy and just fall in love. So this might be referring to something like a showmance, that at one point somebody else actually fell deeply in love with you and you were just here for the fun. Just here for the moment, just here for this project. And once the project was over, we're good, we're done, we're over. But the other person didn't feel that way. They had a much deeper love for you. And that can definitely bruise some hearts. Yeah, it seems to me in group number 1 that you're the heartbreaker. You're the one that leaves first. For sure, in a lot of your relationships. You're the one that dips first because I'm bored, or yeah, a lot of this is of what I'm feeling here is I'm bored, or I need to move on, I'm getting too attached, that type of thing. Yeah, so the last card we have here is agape love. This is selfless kind of love. And if you are, if you've ever been taught Christianity in any way, you will know that this is the kind of love that Christians talk about all the time, of how God loved us so much that he sent his one and only son to blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's selfless love. It's love that gives without expecting something in return. So this is completely selfless love. So we have in this spot, let me read what it says. Agape love, selfless love. How do you express selfless love? What do you give to others freely without expecting anything in return? And the card we have for you guys is, the Strength card. Yeah, I love this for you guys. Yeah, the way that you show selfless love, even though we have this energy of somebody who's like up and out quick, you're there when people need somebody strong. You're there when somebody is in need of strength, of bravery, of love and affection, but in the strong, supportive way. You're a rock to a lot of people, and that's why a lot of people like fall for you quick and hard. Is because you show so much strength and stability and confidence in yourself and confidence in other people that they will do well, and you lend that strength of self-love and self-knowledge to others when they are struggling. You are great at calming fear, is the other thing I'm hearing here. And like, you do this for people automatically. This is a thing that's just a part of you that you just do for people. And it might be why you find people falling in love with you pretty often when you didn't mean it that way. And I'm not saying stop that. That is a beautiful gift to give to people. So I think the overall message here for you, my group number ones, is that your guides would really love to see you invest more into your relationships, invest more of yourself into your relationships, and try to stick it out a little longer, a little more with the people that you care about. Let people get close to you. Let people have intimacy with you, because you are an amazing person, and like that being your selfless gift, you are an amazing person, and like you deserve to have somebody who lends you strength as well as you lending others strength. So the last thing I'm going to do for you, my group number ones, is I have a new Affirmators deck. I loved my first Affirmators deck, so I have another one, and this is the Love and Relationships Affirmators deck. It's super cute. It's got a narwhal on it, so of course I had to get it. I actually got this deck at a thrift store, so hot tip, if you're somebody who's trying to get into tarot and you don't have a shit ton of money, thrift stores are now selling cards. So just if you're interested, and that might be a thing to look for next time you go thrifting. So looking like the book section. So let's see what your guides have to say to you. All right, guides of my group number ones, would you please give me one card to sum up this reading for my group number ones? No, I want one card, please. These are brand new cards, so they don't pop as well, but we have a card for you guys. And oh, this is nice. So here's the front. I just want to show you the really cool front of these narwhal cards. So this is the front, and this is the card you got. You got the card of rest. So I'm going to read it to you. Actually, let's get two cards, because that makes the spread look prettier. So let's get two cards this one. Let go. This is two cards. I only want one. Okay, thank you. So the other card we have for you guys is self-worth. Self-worth. So let me read these two cards to you guys. Rest. I take a step away from my stress, and then a deep breath, and then a crankiness killing nap. When I get the rest I need, instantly I become a better version of myself, able to navigate complex relationships in a single bound. When I don't, I'm not, which means I shouldn't, but I try to, and then we can't, and it doesn't, but I did, so it wasn't. Ugh, good night. And last but not least, self-worth. I cast off all concerns about what people are thinking of me. I know I'm a totally kick-ass person, and my kick-assness can never be diminished by rejection. So people can think what they think and feel what they feel. In the meantime, I'll just keep on knowing what I know without thinking about what they're thinking about what I already know. I think. So, that's all I'm seeing for you, group number 1. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a long one today, but necessary. So, I hope you guys have a blessed everything. I will see you all on the next reading. This was Pan. Did I say like, comment, and subscribe? I don't know. But like, comment, and subscribe. That helps me out so much. I'll see you on the next one. This was Pan. Bye, guys.